Welcome back to Channel 6000 News. My name is Bob Turing, and today I bring to you the latest news. It appears to be that we had some code done in Python. Isn't that right, Bezos?
That's right, Turing. And we have our lead reporter, Zuckerberg, live at the scene right now to tell us what this is all about.
To you, Zuckerberg.
That's right, fellas. Here, these two coders have endeavored to make an application that would take the world by storm by creating flashcards.
I see. And have they managed to do that?
No, not even a little bit. It would seem that they managed to make a basic card application that allows them to make one card.
Thank you, Zuckerberg, for that insightful perspective. Now, moving on, we have Jeff Gates showing us what that code does.
American people, look at our fantastic code. I looked at this code and I said, wow, this is fantastic. We're importing Tinker, and then we're importing Pillow, people. We've got to be able to see things, images, people. And then we're importing play sound, people. We got to hear things. Use our senses, people. We have load JSON sets. That's how we're holding our data, including importing JSON. It's held together in the JSON file. We're making the things you see here, people. Lots of things being seen, lots of things being pressed, buttons, labels. We're taking our stored sets and data, and we're putting out to our people. And then if we need to make more, we're gonna make more, people. We need to be able to delete these things because we're stupid and we make mistakes, people. Then we're displaying these things that we made. And I need to be able to delete cards and delete singular cards. But delete cards allows me to delete card. Alright, people, we're setting groups together. And these groups make sure that our sets have all the data to display to you, people. People, we've got to make cards so you can put them in your sets to study, people. Because we want smart American people. All of this is ignorable code that we messed up on. We've got to be able to submit what you've made to put in a card. That's what we're doing here, people. We're taking your information and we're putting it into a card for you to study, people. Now you're wondering, the big question everybody has been asking me, how do you study these cards once they're made? Study cards. It puts your cards in random order, people. We've got to be able to open your file, get your data, write your data, and then we've got to open your data, and we've got to run our main program.
Wow, that was an incredible forecast. Now, could you tell me if you think there should be any comments added to that code?
No comments on comments. I won't comment.
Well, can't give me information on comments, but what about formatting?
No comments on formatting. I won't format.
Thanks for that massive insight, Gates. Now, moving on to weather, we have Alan Waltman to give us the weather forecast and how this code actually functions.
This right here is our flashcard application right here. You can click this button to view sets and it shows us all of the sets right here. And we can go ahead and click this button right here to create a set, and it will ask for a name for the set to input. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and click create set to create the set, and it shows up on the set page. And if you click this button, we can add a card, we can study all our cards, we can delete a set, we can delete a specific card, and we can add an image card. Now if you would add a card right here, it's going to ask you for a question and an answer, and if you press submit, that's going to let you submit the question. And if you go ahead and press study cards, it's going to show up right there. That's our question. And if you click show answer down here, that is going to show our answer. And we can go ahead and delete the set, and it's going to remove it from the set page. Play audio right here, it will play the file. And if you press show answer, that's going to show our answer. And then right here, this is our set that's containing all the cards that we currently have. We can just click on a card to delete it, and it's going to remove it from the set completely. And we can go ahead and study our cards now. Right there is our answer. We can go ahead and click next to go to the next question. And every time we press study cards, it will give us a new order to study the cards in. And then we can click on exit to exit our application. And now if you go to our JSON file right here, we can see that it's updated with the new set that we have and the question that we included into it. But the hello set that we used to have is now gone. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful response, Waltman. Now, we have an upset citizen telling us right now of any problem that these programs have run into while coding.
Absolutely. The first problem that they ran into was making GitHub work. The second problem that they ran into was figuring out when to update the JSON file whenever the user inputted a card or deleted a card to try and make the code memory efficient. But they decided to go with the simplest solution and throw memory efficiency out the window. Another issue was when the two developers were trying to merge their code. Another issue that they ran into was with Lambda functions. If we take a look at this for loop right here that's used to make sure that all the set buttons map to the proper set pages, the issue that the developers were running into was that all of the set pages were pointing to the last set page name inputted. And the issue was this, is that Lambda functions inside of a for loop always take the last value passed in as its argument. And the developers spent hours fixing everything else but this and trying to make their code work, to no avail. But a quick Google search revealed that just adding this thing in front of it fixed their issue completely. This issue was probably covered in class, but the two developers completely forgot about it. The last problem was making the cards display in a random order.
Thanks, Waltman, for that in-depth look at this code. Now we were able to get an exclusive interview with the two programmers who were supposed to make this code.
Choose your character.
Well, what do you wish you could have done or added?
I wished I had made the code more readable so that it would be easier when working together to merge the code. And I wish we got more comfortable with Git, because the only thing that we really learned how to use is Git push and Git branch, and we didn't learn anything else.
Choose your character.
What do you wish that you should have done or added to your code?
Well, we had a lot of things go wrong. Honestly, the biggest part that was a challenge was merging our two different types of code, considering that we kind of worked on the exact same things at the same time, just implementing different things on those things. So it became difficult. So probably implementing and working on two different things completely, and maybe like making more classes, or maybe implementing the structures, something that we could work kind of completely different from each other in order to make our program easier to merge.
You first folk heard it here. Readable code is important. Ain't that right, Bezos?
That's right, Turning. That is it for us here at Channel 6000 News. And always remember, comments exist for a reason. Use them. Peace!